Yo, what's good, everybody? I appreciate everybody checking in. We got some major news that just popped up today. We're definitely going to talk about it. One major player, one player that we've had a lot of questions about. So we're definitely going to touch on that. But I appreciate everybody coming through the chat and everybody rolling up. And my guys, I got both the Severe Raider, Chris, Protect the Show podcast. I appreciate you guys pulling through. Severe, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, it is. We're having a rough go of things. We're having a very rough go of things. You know, it's a tough time right now. Very tough time.
It is, and we're gonna jump into it. And we're gonna talk about. We're also gonna review some film. So guys, buckle up. We're gonna review both offense and defense, and so we're gonna kind of give you our takes on some plays that we saw. But Chris, we got some rough news today. But how you feeling overall?
When it rains, it pours, man. And when it rains, it pours. You know, I see a lot of people talking about the off season already, and you know, people talk about tanking. And Severe actually gave me a good analogy, man. So it's not tanking. We're not tanking at this point. What is it, Severe?
It's organic tanking. This is this is a Whole Foods. If you go in the produce section. We're over there. It's all natural.
It's all natural and homegrown.
It's natural, man. Honestly, and
farm fresh.
Yeah, I hate seeing. I know we're going to talk about the news with my man Wilkins. Big fan of the kid, man. After the game when we played the Browns, I don't know if I told you guys, but after the game, when everyone was leaving, like he was out on the field with no shoes on. Still had like his undershirt on and shorts, and he was running sprints like on side to side, just on the sideline, just doing it, man. It was just, I don't know, man. I just really like that dude, man. Just he's all about ball. He loves ball. I just hate seeing this happen.
After the Cleveland game?
Yeah, it's after the Cleveland game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's dedication.
Yeah, man. It's horrible news, and we're gonna get into it. But hey, salute to everybody in the chat coming through. Huey P, appreciate you pulling up my 2 cents coming through. What's going on? Billy Davis, you're always rolling through, man. I appreciate you. 100%. Raiders Primo.
No, Primo.
Who's ready for the offseason? Hey, man, not yet. Not yet. We ain't getting there, big dog. I want more football. Win, lose, or tie. I want to still see some Raider football. That's just how I am. Dre, for sure. 1, 2, 3. I appreciate you coming through. Brian Rodriguez. Season over. Ain't over yet. All right. Big Mike.
Big Mike.
You pulling up.
My guy, Big Mike.
Yeah. Surprise Bird Bath. What's going on? Was that just our cursed? Jets are cursed?
I think it's Jets are cursed, yeah.
Yeah, and we're probably in that boat too.
So you gotta be using that voice text. You're using that voice text with that one.
SoCal Sal, appreciate you coming up. Raider Clan. Let's go, Freddie Chavez. Appreciate you. Let's see. We got a bunch of people coming through. My guy, LA Raider. Appreciate you coming through as well. Raider Way.
Shout out to Raider Way. I don't know if that's Hug D's or if that's Elite, man, but they got not knowledgeable, real knowledgeable, man. They I think they're just starting their channel, man. It's some real good stuff over there.
Raider Way. Really? Shout out to Raider Way. Go check them out.
Definitely go check them out. And then Raider Ray.
Ray, what's going on, Ray? That's another guy, man. Ray knows this stuff too.
Ron Justice, appreciate you coming through. Man. So, people coming in, but again, guys, we're gonna talk about the news. Obviously, not a lot to really talk about, to dwell on, but we're definitely going to touch on it, and then we're gonna get into just some of the plays that went on, both offensively and defensively during the game. But you guys, as I've said in previous lives, if you guys got a question or you guys got something you guys want me to pull up, just hit that hashtag Raiders and then give me your question, and it'll just catch my eyes, and hopefully I can get back to it. And so, but again, appreciate everybody pulling through. So let's first talk about, and not a whole lot talk about it, but our guy Michael Mayer, on Locked In, the Locked In Raiders podcast. He basically, for those of you that don't know, go check him out. Locked On Raiders podcast. He basically came out and said that Michael Mayer is going through some mental things. Right, he's got. It's something that apparently his family is familiar with. And so they contacted the Raiders organization, AP Telesco, and let them know that this is something that they've seen in the past with him. And he's just going through some things with his own mental capacity. And, at the end of the day, you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is until, you go through it. But I hope them all the best, to be dead honest with you.
Me too.
People go through their own shit, and you never know what it stems from. And so at the end of the day, I hope the best for him. But Severe, you got anything on that?
Yeah, man, it's tough. Anytime you're dealing with something like that, I'm assuming it's some kind of mental health issue. You have to take that time. At the end of the day, there is life after football, and you want to make sure that that's a life worth living. And we've seen some tragic things where people that you would have never thought. Anthony Bourdain is a guy that comes to mind, right? You would have thought that guy's living an incredible life, like traveling, eating the finest meals, going to the most beautiful places on earth, and he took his own life. So you always want to be very careful about that. Like Stetson Bennett was a guy, he was a guy, he was a national champion quarterback, two-time. I'm gonna tell you, he was two-time national champion championship quarterback with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers' old teammate. He had to step away for a year from the Rams for some mental health issues. So you always want to, that's a very delicate situation. And I'm glad to see that the Raiders are supporting him through this time, and that, they're trying to keep everything basically in-house. Even the people that are reporting on it, they're not giving us too much details. It's for the most part keeping all that stuff in-house.
Yeah. And Chris, I'll pass on to you, but I'll just give you guys a quick story. Cause my first just experience with someone with mental health issues. I coached a kid back in the day, back home where I'm from, and I coached him from basically from 10 years old all the way up into high school. Really good kid. He was our quarterback. Or I take it back. I was coaching the defense, but he was on our team, so I didn't coach him personally. But really good kid. Great head on his shoulders. Had the opportunity to go on and play some JC ball and did well. And then about 5 years out of that, I get a phone call and I hear that he's walking down the street with a machete in our town. And everybody's like, wait a second, where'd this come from? And out of nowhere, just his chemical imbalance just kind of went whack. And they basically diagnosed him with schizophrenia. It just happened out of nowhere. I mean, the kid growing up, I saw him grow up as a young kid all the way through high school. And it's crazy. It just happens like that. And you just never know when it's going to trigger and how people can cope with it and get out of it. So it is crazy. So you never want to downplay it without knowing true details. But Chris, I'll throw it to you, man. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, you guys hit it all on the head. We get on here and talk ball, and we make jokes and have fun with it, with our banter. But at the end of the day, these guys are people. They're humans first. He's a son, maybe a father, a brother. There's so much beyond football, but and these guys have a lot of pressure. At the end of the day, they have, we hold these players up to a high pedestal. A lot of pressure. We don't know what he's going through, but one thing that I do love about Mark Davis and the Raider organization is they try to get people help that needs the help. They could have handled the Chandler Jones situation a lot different, but for as crazy as that was, I think the Raiders handled it pretty well. And I really believe that Mark's going to make sure Mike has all the resources that he needs. Just as a fan base, all we can do is support him. And put our thoughts up to him. Because at the end of the day, him as an individual is way more important than him as a football player. So I hope everything's okay. Hope he can bounce back from it. You just never know what someone's going through. That's just the realest it can get.
Yeah,
I agree. And Huey P, real quick, I'll let you know what kind of we'll go back to that because Devin White, he definitely was released, and we'll touch on that. So I'll come back to this one for you. But Anthony Estrada, he said any words on Wilkins, and I'll kind of throw it out, and we'll go into that conversation. That topic is Christian Wilkins. He had an injury to his foot, which was I'm blanking on it. Severe. What was it again?
Is Jones fracture?
Jones fracture. Yep. Has a Jones fracture on the outside of his foot, which takes months. It potentially can take months, and basically you can rule him out there's a good chance for the rest of the season.
Oh,
because if you're months, it's going to take. Oh yeah. It's going to take a long time for you to get back into it, and at the rate that we're going, the likelihood of playoffs is extremely slim at this point. And so,
Yeah.
You can almost chalk it up as we won't see Wilkins moving forward, which again, extremely unfortunate. So that's the word so far on the IR. Don't expect to see him. Chris, I'll throw it at you this time. What's your thoughts on Wilkins as it stands?
Yeah, like I said, I hate it, man, because one thing about him is his motor, his attitude. You could tell he's good in the locker room. The guys love him. And he wants to do well. Just like I told that story. I mean, he puts in the work. He has that work ethic similar to Max Crosby. He's gonna be missed. He's definitely gonna be missed. At this point, all we can do is just next man up. Adam Butler showed me a lot of good things. Now we're gonna get a chance to see one of these other guys, hopefully, can step up. But I definitely hate seeing that from Wilkins, man. That was the guy that's been excited to watch all season, and I wish him a good recovery. But yeah, he's definitely out for the season for sure.
The one thing I do have to say, and there's actually one clip that I'm going to bring up, and it kind of goes in this, is that, I think we talked on Sunday after the game, we're sitting there going, where did he get hurt? And now I think we're finding out that he got hurt when Adam Butler jumped on him after that sack.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm hearing. And I'm sitting there going, look, like, these are the type of things that we need to just kind of cut off, right? You cannot do anything that extra. I think back to when Wilkins jumped over Max. I think Max had a sack and Wilkins literally just leaped over him right over his head. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, I understand the excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to be just a little bit smarter than that, especially the way Adam Butler came in and tackled him. Like,
he's a big boy too, man. Like,
man.
And I can't imagine how Adam Butler feels right now.
Yeah.
You are the reason why. And again, chat, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think that's what they said, where he suffered the injury. But
I think that's where they speculated it, where they speculated it happened at.
But I'm like, you got to put that shit in check, because look at where we stand. Our $100+ million defensive tackle that we invested in to come in and be just one of these anchors on the defense is now gone for the season. This is the type of shit that you got to be just put in check. Be excited, be hyped up, but damn, be smart about it. And there's a clip that it'll be the first one that I show, and that'll be kind of what I put up there. So Huey P, I appreciate you saying Jones fracture. Yeah, that's tough. Real quick, just so you guys know, got my guys up here, the Severe Raider. Make sure you guys go hit the like button wherever you're at. Go, make sure you subscribe to Severe Raider. You got my guy Chris, Protect the Show podcast. Make sure you go subscribe, hit the like button wherever you're at. I'm 805 Raider. My channel is Real Talk Raider Nation. And so I appreciate the support, everybody in the chat. Got it. Appreciate it. Again, we're going to go over for you guys coming in, we're going to go over some game film and break that down. It's what we like to do on Tuesdays. And so,
yeah. And for anybody not familiar with what a Jones fracture is, it's on the fifth metatarsal, which is like the outside bone of the foot, like almost like where your foot has that little like it pokes out a little bit on the side. It's basically right there, and it's like kind of toward the base of that. And one thing you know about Jones fractures is that they have a very high rate of delayed healing or of non-union. So that's probably why the Raiders had him have surgery, because if there isn't some kind of intervention with that healing, that Jones fracture have a high rate of them not healing, just because of like the constant moving. It will keep that fracture from healing properly. So they said that the timeline is usually 4 to 6 weeks, but no, it can take an additional 6 weeks on top of that to heal. So hopefully the surgery probably speeds up the process. But even then, if it's going to take 6 weeks, shut this man down for the year, bro. It's not worth it. Shut him down for the year.
Yeah. Well, I 100% agree. We got some more comments. We got Dirty 33. Oh, saying fire Getsy. Adams never was and never will be a Raider, just a diva. Give AOC a shot. Minshew folds after a mistake. Most importantly, let's go Raiders. 100% I agree with you with the let's go Raiders. We can definitely talk a little bit more on all the other points. But chat, let us know, because we don't know.
Antonio Pierce started, man. Yeah, I didn't watch yesterday, though.
Antonio Pierce hasn't come out and said it, but there isn't a solidified starter at this point. So here's my question: is chat? Let me know. Do you want to see Minshew? Do you want to see Aiden O'Connell? But let's do this. Whether you want to see it or not, and I'm gonna ask you guys because man, I respect your guys' opinion. Who do you think we should go with at this point? And I don't want to spend too long on it, but because we definitely want to get into the film. Who do you think we should go with at this point, given the fact that Minshew was benched in a point where, it's debatable whether we could have come back. I think it was the score was 10-20 at that point, with still a whole quarter left basically to play. Yeah. And so
2 quarters.
2 quarters.
Yes.
Yeah, it was early third.
It was early third? Was that early? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just too pissed off to really pay attention. And so with time left, and so Severe, I'll throw it to you first. Who do you think should start going against the Steelers at this point?
Honestly, if you want Aiden O'Connell to start the rest of the year, do not start him against the Steelers. Do not start. That is not the game you want to throw him into against one of the best defenses with the guy like Mike Tomlin over there. Like you don't want to do that to him with TJ Watt, with Highsmith, with Cam. You like Cam Hayward against Andre James. Oh my God!
It's always nasty. It's always nasty.
So if you want Aiden to survive that game, like, you do not throw him out there. Give Gardner another chance. If he goes out there and struggles again, then the following week you can give kind of Aiden more of a clean slate and let him start from there on out, or make the decision to go for him. And hey, this is your job for the rest of the year. And if he struggles at that point, then maybe you have to go back to O'Connell, but don't start him against Pittsburgh, because that's going to get ugly with his immobility and our offensive line and that defensive line. That's going to go downhill fast.
Yeah, Chris, what's your thoughts on it? Do we start Minshew or Aiden O'Connell in your opinion?
Yeah, like me, I still want to see Minshew, because for one, Aiden's really going to struggle against Pittsburgh. So for us to get a good look at Aiden, it's not going to be Pittsburgh's not going to be a good look for him, honestly, because what's going to happen, he's going to look so bad against Pittsburgh, then you guys are going to start talking about Carter Bradley. So best bet, let's let Minshew keep going until we're finally done with him. I know a lot of you guys are finally done now, but to put someone like Aiden in against Pittsburgh and that defense and the way our line is, just like he said, what's his name, Cam against Andre James is going to that's going to be unbearable to even watch that. It's going to be unbearable. And then you got Glaze over there against TJ Watt. Like it's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty. So we already know Aiden can't move. I know you guys are going to try to say he gets the ball out faster, but just for you guys' sake, the ones that are just so pro Aiden,
we have film to probably contradict that, I'm sure. So
we'll bring up some film. So here's my take on it is, I don't know if our situation is going to ever really get better in the short term, not within the next, I'd say 4 or 5 weeks, because there's so many pieces on this offense that is shifting around that, and some of you guys say fire Luke Getsy. I'm not there yet at all. Reason being is because Luke Getsy is having to deal with so many injuries and missing players. Devonta Adams now gets shipped out, which means Jacoby Myers now has to learn the number 1 receiver spot. So he had basically a week and a half to figure out the number 1 receiver spot. Learning a brand new position on an offense, on a professional offense, is not easy. And now you have Trey Tucker that now needs to learn the number 2. Then you have DJ Turner walk in, and then Michael Mayer is out all season long. Michael Mayer we brought up John Shanker from the practice squad that got substantial playing time. Now you have Harrison Bryant that's playing the Michael Mayer position. Now John Shanker is now having to come in and play the Harrison Bryant position. You have so many moving parts. And then you have 2 rookie offensive linemen on the offensive line. I mean, and you have a center, and I'll bring up the clips. You have a center that is playing horribly since day one. You have a left tackle that's supposed to be the veteran, the anchor on this offensive line, and he is nowhere near what he was a couple of years ago. And so at the end of the day, and you guys want to, and there's a lot of people saying fire Luke Getsy, even after Cleveland, even after Carolina, even after this last game. Well, we just went up against probably a top 3 defense. That's what everybody's coining that Denver defense is, a top 3 defense. And they did look like it. I mean, they were a damn good defense, and they've shown it for the last few games. And so it is not all on Getsy. You know, there's times where people are talking about spacing, times about receivers kind of going in different directions. Well, guess what? It's because we're learning a new system, and you have players that are in completely different positions. It's going to happen. It happens when you're 14 weeks into the season. You still have some miscommunications at times because this game's all about adjustments. This game's all about changing your game plan based on the defense that you're going up against. And so you're going to have miscues at times. Now throw in the fact that you're switching up your entire personnel last second that you didn't even know of and aren't even prepared for. It's going to happen. So I don't throw all this on Luke Getsy at all.
No, you
now,
can't.
I'm not saying Luke Getsy's Andy Reid. I'm not saying, but I'm also not saying it's not all on Luke Getsy, and I ain't firing him.
No, for sure. And I think the biggest thing is, me, I've been very pro Minshew so far. Now I'm not going to hide from that, but Getsy has actually dialed up some plays where wide receivers are wide open, and Minshew is missing them. Yes. Minshew's missing them. Like that is player execution. That has nothing to do with the play calling. Now, there's some things that we kind of talked about on Sunday, like going, running the ball on 3rd and 5 and then punting it. So that could be a situation where the head coach and OC weren't on the same page. But overall, I mean, of course, there's some things that Getsy does that we don't necessarily like. But I'm with you, 805. I'm not trying to just fire him as of yet. Because it's not like guys are just not getting open. He's scheming guys open who are missing the pass.
Yeah, and there's also remember that play when we're going over Carolina's film, and we all talking about business decisions. Remember that play that I brought up where it looked like Devonta Adams was supposed to run that out route, and it's a very basic tempo throw. He runs an out route. Gardner Minshew looked, and it looked like Devonta Adams just ran the most half-assed out route I've ever seen. And it was weird. I didn't understand why he would half-ass that route so much. In my opinion, that was part of those business decisions. Mm-hmm. And this is what Luke Getsy has to deal with. You're relying on your number 1 receiver to half-ass a route. And now you got Gardner Minshew. This is what he's relying on when you're looking at one receiver 80% of the time, and he's going to half-ass a route like that. Those are the type of things that I'm saying, look, it's frustrating as hell to kind of watch. And so, but with that being said, going back to my opinion is if we roll with Aiden O'Connell, I don't know if it's going to get any better in the next 3-4 weeks with his offense. And so if we want to get the largest sample size possible, Aiden O'Connell, to prepare whether or not we truly move up in a draft to go get somebody next year in next year's draft, I want the biggest sample size possible because we kind of know what we have with Gardner. I want the biggest sample size possible of Aiden O'Connell to know you are either the guy or you are not, and confirm it. And then
we already know.
But as long as you can confirm it, then you could throw the house. You could throw everything at the draft. You know what I'm saying? And so then you can justify it knowing you don't have anybody in the building that can actually play 100% and be considered a franchise quarterback. So
do you think there's any do you think there's a team out there that may see some trade value in O'Connell? Because he's still young.
I think so. I don't think it
won't be much, but
yeah, I think it's at best, and it's got to be situational, maybe a 5th if you have a quarterback needy team that they were high on him coming out of the draft last year.
Yeah,
me, and that's I'm saying maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because of the way that we have performed with him, I think it just drops his value 100%. I mean, that's where anybody that wants to reach out, the cards are all in their hands. So yeah, you might be right. Maybe just a 6. Severe, what you thought on it?
I mean, you have and kind of he's a young, old quarterback. Like he's 26 years old. So, like unless you anticipate him being like a guy soon, or you're in like desperate need of a backup quarterback, but his mobility issues limits a lot of the schemes he can be involved with, just because he's not a very mobile guy. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He has like an average NFL arm. So it's a very narrow window that he can really fit into, where, like, he would be able to go to and be effective. Like back in the day, like Bill Belichick would love Bill Belichick. Like, oh man, I love this straight-laced kid, and like Bill Belichick would have loved him, but
yeah,
I don't see a lot of fits in the NFL for him at this very second. Maybe Sean McVay, or like, actually, ironically, I think like maybe Sean Payton might like a guy there, like just get the ball out quick type of guy, like not, don't do a lot of running. Maybe a Sean McVay possibly, he might like him. Like he took on Jimmy G, so he take on Jimmy G, he'll take on Aiden O'Connell, but he has Matt Stafford, he has Jimmy G already, and he has Stetson Bennett backing him up, so he already has a old ass young quarterback, in the league. So like, he don't need another one. So I don't think there's really a lot of true landing spots for him.
And I'm not going to dive too deep into this because I definitely want to get into the film, but at the same time, what's really tough is we were supposed to be on the whole, basically riding the backs of our defense. And I'll tell you right now, the defense just isn't playing up to par like we wanted them to, like we expected them to. Yes, there's injuries, and I get it, and that's tough. Like, you have to consider the fact that there are injuries. You want to have that next man up mentality. I 100% understand that. But we were going into the season hoping that we would have a top 10 defense or top 5 defense to kind of help balance it. Gardner Minshew was not going to be a 30-point quarterback.
We knew that. We knew
what
that.
I'm saying? And we were going to be based on the backs of our run game, which is sustain the clock, sustain some drives, stuff like that. And we were probably going to have some low scoring battles.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when it comes to the defensive side, there's a lot of chunk plays that are happening, and we'll definitely get into the film. But at the end of the day, guys, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Again, if you can, hit that like button. You got Chris Protect Shield Podcast. He's over there. The Severe Raider. Make sure you guys go hit those subscribe buttons. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. I appreciate you guys. But again, if you guys have something for the panel, hit that hashtag Raiders and then throw your question, and I'll try to take a look at it. But let's go into the film a little bit, and we're going to look at the defense. I got a lot of clips, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on majority of them. We'll definitely talk about some that were pretty substantial and momentum changers in the game, but definitely some that just kind of catch my eye. And so we'll talk about the defense first. Okay, so we'll bring up the defense first. Unfortunately, kind of a lot of chunk plays, right? So I'll just run it all the way through and let you guys kind of take a look at it. But on the defense side, good run up the middle. We're going to show the end zone view as well. But really good job by Adam Butler. Adam Butler sitting here. Great job taking on that down block or basically from that H-back coming down. He does a great job using his arms. Hits, extends, which still allows him to get off. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to miss number 94. Man. But this is the guy that needs to step up. Adam Butler's going to have to step up.
Yeah. I mean, Wilkins' hand-to-hand combat is top-notch. Top-notch.
Yeah, man, his hand usage is great.
Yeah.
I got the sack on here that he had.
Oh, that swim. That swim was nasty.
That swim was nasty.
But great job, Adam Butler. It's definitely something that we're going to have to see and look out for. Now, again, we talked about chunk plays, right? So this next one, we get them in a 2nd and 14. These are the type of things that you get a rookie quarterback behind the sticks. You can't just let these type of plays go, which is unfortunate. You know, you want to get him in a 3rd and long situation that makes it just that much harder to get out of. And you play that field position. They punt. Now we have decent field position in a short field for Gardner Minshew. But these are the chunk plays. Look at the field.
That was actually a perfect play call too. That was a perfect play call for that situation.
It was, because it's on a 2nd and 14. It's not on like an obvious 3rd and 12 or what have you.
There's a play there for Bernie to make, and then he just
Bernie was like the only one that had a chance.
Yeah, really.
And I just said some good things about Adam Butler, but honestly, I think Adam Butler definitely needs to be more
needs to get off that block.
Disciplined to understand, like, screen your way.
Yeah.
So track that running back. Get to that running back. Screen your way.
Yeah, because you could tell how he was blocking them. It's like he wasn't trying to drive you down the field, but he wasn't like pass blocking you either. You got to be aware that, okay, screen my way. What's my surroundings? Sniff the ball out.
Now, this is one of Christian Wilkins' sacks. Again, to your point, just watching his handwork, again, he's going to be a guy that's missed. He's sitting in the middle.
That swim is nasty.
Bro,
it's nasty.
Swim is nasty.
Went by him like he wasn't even there.
Yeah. Excuse me. Just didn't even finish the swim. Just had that one arm, just pushed him off.
And what I like about Christian Wilkins is that there's a lot of defensive linemen that will make instant contact and then try to extend their arms to kind of get that separation between the bodies. Because the moment you get separation between the offensive linemen, that's your comfort zone, because now you can get off blocks much easier. The moment you let offensive linemen into your body as a defender, they can control you all day. You look at what, maybe a bad example, but how Gardner Minshew just got flat backed. That's what happens. Guys can just control you, and so Christian Wilkins does a great job of not having that instant impact, shoulder to shoulder, helmet to helmet. He uses his hands extremely well.
He does.
He extends. He freezes that offensive lineman, and then just the move he has, not very many linemen can keep up with him.
No, 100%. It's on a 4-man rush too, which is like when you're able to generate that type of pressure, especially on the interior with just a 4-man rush, that's extremely valuable.
And this play is actually on the top of the screen. You got Jacorian Bennett. It's a great play by Jacorian Bennett. He does get twisted around at the top of the route a little bit. You want to see better, just kind of body control, but this is where he bats it down in the middle of the field, which Jacorian Bennett, and we'll see it. We've seen it in the past. We're going to see it this game. I think Jacorian Bennett is without question our number one corner at this point. Shout out to Chris. You've been saying it all offseason.
I was about to say, I'm going to remind y'all.
I'll give credit where credit's due.
Who was the only one rocking with Bennett? I was the only one. Good play, JB.
Yeah.
Great job. Top of the route again. Gets twisted up a little bit, but great recovery speed.
That was not a good pass rush.
No, this is the one thing we'll notice throughout all the good majority of these clips. I mean, Bo Nix had a lot of time. We got to him at times, right? We had a couple sacks on him, but there was also times where he got to sit there pretty comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I played a Troy Franklin that he dropped. He had all day on that one.
Yeah. Like, that's way too much time.
But look like we dropped some guys in the coverage, or we had some guys that were like spies.
And I think you saw it later on in the game where they even took Max Crosby and started spying him with Max Crosby, so because Bo Nix, he can take off.
Yeah.
And now here's the flip side. This is where, again, more chunk plays that we have to minimize the big plays, the chunk plays that just get them onto our side of the field. And this is Jack Jones down at the bottom where it's man coverage. You got to just be more sticky. You let the inside receiver just cross over.
Yeah.
And you give too much room.
Too much cushion, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much cushion.
And I think that's Harper playing safety. I think he's expecting some middle of the field help from that guy.
He is a little bit. Yes.
So so Harper, it's still on Jack, but I think that's a little bit on Harper as well.
But in my opinion, there's no way you give up that much cushion. I mean, he's across the field, and you're giving 7 yards of cushion. You're basically half-assing your way over there. Yes, you got Harper that's sitting here, which you have a little bit of help in the middle.
Yeah,
but I mean,
because who's at the bottom of the screen? Is that?
It looks like Merrick.
Merrick, okay.
Yeah, it's almost like Harper. He was actually in position.
Then he started running the opposite way.
Yeah, it's like looked like he was there where he needed to be.
And even if he's looking at the quarterback's eyes, like the quarterback's eyes are clearly looking like the other direction. Like
he's literally going to where nobody is.
Because this is some kind of I don't know.
So, and this is the pitch coming down to the near sideline, and we just have a little bit of over pursue, which is tough by the linebackers. I will point out Adam Butler, he gets tripped up a little bit. So the interior D lineman weren't able to get over. But again, just more chunk plays happening in the game that just doesn't allow us to shift the momentum at all.
Hold on, yeah, we gotta go back.
Well, we show the end zone view too, which it's a good view.
Yeah, some some over pursuit there, huh?
4 or 5.
Some over pursuit there, right? That's wow.
Oh god.
Way to abandon your gap responsibility on that.
So look, I'm not too mad at Eichenberg on this one. Okay, I'm not going to give him that much, only because Adam Butler, I think this is either Nesta Jade or John Jenkins. I don't know, but you see Adam Butler. If Adam Butler continues down, he closes that down. And I think Eichenberg is relying on Adam Butler kind of going down with him, but I mean he gets closed off and manhandled.
What is Tyree doing right there?
That's exactly what I was looking at. Like, for one, Tyree got off the line late.
That's always though. Like, yeah, man. But I'm not too mad at Tyree. Tyree's trying to force him back inside.
Yeah, he forced him. But honestly, 805, I don't know, man. I think Eichenberg was the key to that, right?
Eichenberg got washed. He got washed out. Tyree's trying to force him back inside. It looks like Spillane is where he's supposed to be. Eichenberg is not where he's supposed to be.
Nahab kept outside contained. So really, it's like, Jenkins.
But here's the key here.
Yes,
yeah. Butler gets turned completely. If Butler continues down and washes down with them, he should be right behind this offensive lineman.
Dang, what's Big Jenkins doing, man?
Yeah, this interior they got beat up.
Yeah, Big Jenkins need to be.
And Max, I don't know what Max is doing. They're having a staring contest.
But I mean, look, yeah, it's not played great, but I don't put this all on Eichenberg.
It's not
I'll put it all on him. No,
I would like to see him, because he's now just running back.
Even if he backdoor, I think if he backdoor that, he can make a play. He over pursued it. He could have backdoored it. So I don't know why. Why are you have help right there? Like, you can backdoor that and
Adam Butler got killed.
Let me pause it, because if you backdoor this, right?
See,
if he comes here, you got Tyree washed. Spillane's out of position.
Yeah.
If Eichenberg ends up coming underneath there's the hole.
Yeah.
So I think Adam Butler, they need to wash. I mean,
Adam Butler has to do a better job of playing.
Because I mean, one of the things that I've always coached my defense.
Who was was Butler the DT on that side, or was Jenkins, on the left?
No, Butler's on that side.
Okay, yeah. So that's on Butler.
He gets doubled. Yeah. The offensive line does a really good job. This tackle is the way I want our tackles to chip, our guards to chip. So he does a great job chipping Adam Butler to get to linebacker, and he chips, and then he reaches to the second level to Eichenberg. They do a great job. That's how you double.
Yeah, that was well blocked.
Yeah. So that's zone. That was zone too. It looks like.
Yeah.
So again, just more chunk plays, which is really tough. Not to put it all on the defense again, but these are the things that we got to correct big time.
Missed tackles, man. How many people had the opportunity to tackle that guy? How many people had the opportunity to tackle him, and all of them missed? And one of our more sure tacklers, right there, bro. Like, just two of our better tacklers, right? Was
Spillane?
That's Spillane and Palomar, I want to say. Not Spillane and Jack.
And you see Morg's attempt. You see him coming late down below. You watch. He just throws a shoulder.
Like, what are you doing? Like, he didn't even throw a shoulder.
That's a business decision.
That's a business.
He didn't even throw a shoulder.
It is.
So it's tough. And look, this is a good play call. This is basically kind of an RPO in a sense that Bo Nix, he's just looking where's the defensive
hold the hell. Time out. What am I seeing on the screen?
What are you looking at?
Myra G's comment. He just put a.
Just go to another comment, man. Just go to another comment. Yeah.
Hey, I'm clicking comments. All right.
Yeah.
Chaplain and the naked twist.
And then I get this comment. I gotta find a good comment. Come on. Here we go. Man. Maybe this one. There it is. All right, Drift for sure. I like it. But this is kind of just an RPO call, right? Bo Nix, he's just looking where we balanced, where do they have the leverage?
Yeah.
And it's just an RPO. He sees it. He understands that Spillane, I'll go back a little bit. He understands that Spillane has that inside receiver, and he's too far inside, not going to get there in time, misses the tackle anyways.
Yeah, Spillane got to make that play. I think Nate Hobbs actually did well with taking on his block and kind of causing a disruption. But yeah, Spillane got to make that.
But there are goods. Okay. This is Spillane, short to the goal line. Great job coming downhill and making the play.
Good tackle.
Yes, good tackle.
Was that Big Jenkins in there?
I think Eichenberg got in there too, I want to say.
Did he?
I think you
got Morg that gets down underneath him.
I think Big Jenkins clogged up. He took 2 people on.
I know Eichenberg's been washed. He came in after. He came in after. He was getting cooked up there. I hope that's not bad. Is that by tight end? He's getting cooked by tight end too, bro. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I feel like Jenkins done lost a step.
He's like 37 years old, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He is on the older age.
Like
he can double team though. He's double team though.
That's what he's there to do. Is he's there to get double team, so he did his job.
Yeah,
that's essentially what frees up Spillane.
Exactly. Yeah, he's getting 2 guys. Yep. Yeah, because the guy tried to come off late and get a body of Spillane. He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So really good job.
Is that the guy? Are the Broncos the ones that signed Cushenberry, or he went somewhere else? Did they have Cushenberry and he walked?
Yeah, they had him. He went. Yeah, they had him.
He went somewhere else. Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I find an appropriate comment, Myro G.
Yeah, Rainbow probably done for the season. Rambo, excuse me, probably done for the season.
Yeah, he is.
Jones fracture in his foot.
Here's a simple screen route or swing pass, and your boy Severe Eichenberg late to the show.
But who else was that? Was that Mork? Or you're like, why didn't Mork go out there?
Like, how do you you got to see that, bro? Like what?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, Eichenberg. Yeah, like what else? What else could you possibly be looking at on this play?
How can you not see that?
He's out there in the flats now.
And see here, look. This is a again.
That's pretty good action. That's good action.
Play.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him because that guy flashed in his zone, so he kind of has to pass that guy off.
If he moved, he would have threw it there. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, he has to pass that guy off.
When we talk about being creative, this is a really good job by Sean Payton, and something that, look, as much as I just ranted a little bit about Luke Getsy and how you don't put it on his shoulders, these are the type of things that Luke Getsy has to do. This is basically an extended run play that Bo Nix can throw to if he wants to. Because if you watch the way that the fullback goes out in here, he's looking to block. Yeah. So if this receiver brings the corner and holds Merrick, then that means that this guy's going to extend, get into open space, lead blocker. You give one of your quickest running backs, you give him the ball in open space, and now you got the sideline to catch and score. And so, because if you just watch the action out of this fullback, it's just an extended play. He's ready to block. He's not looking. He's not going out for a pass.
Yeah.
And this receiver, he holds Merrick. Now you're basically one-on-one blocker with Jack Jones. It's a really good design play. And now you got one of your best, quickest athletes in open space.
I almost wonder if Jack Jones was supposed to play a lot shallower on that, because it looks like Mork was going to probably have that third over there. I don't know. It seems like someone should have automatically.
No, I mean, you can tell they're in zone. When you're a corner on that side, you're basically going to drop to the deepest man, which if this guy comes back, Jack Jones has to make sure that he's in position. Yeah. He's just kind of late getting here. But again, it's a good design
play call. Yeah, because there's really nothing that we could have did, because as much as we talk about Eichenberg, the minute he leaves, that's an easy touchdown pitch right there.
I think Spillane's playing too deep, though, to be honest with you. There's no reason for Spillane to be that deep when you're in the end zone. So I think part of the problem is him playing too deep. And because he should have been able to, he should have been able to cover. He shouldn't have been able to cover that. Like, why are you playing 8 yards deep in? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why are you playing that deep in the end zone?
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I mean, that's again like Eichenberg struggles Spillane struggles, in space when it comes to pass coverage. We've seen it time and time again. He's great as a run defender, but sometimes his aggression as a run defender can be used against him as well in play action fakes, and he bites on them. So, I mean, people don't like to hear it, but a guy like Devon Diablo is missed.
Well, so and look, I put this all on Eichenberg, to be honest with you. This is who I put it on. But Dre for show 123 said, please show Max running Tyree over and not pursuing fast enough. So I was going to put that on here. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't clip it though. So my bad. I was going to, but I know exactly which one. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Max Crosby literally just lays out Tyree and flatbacks him on the ground.
So get out of the way, man.
I put this more on Eichenberg because Eichenberg, he's got to have the instinct. He's got to understand that if you have two coming out, because he sees it, you're the linebackers coming to your side. If you have two coming out, you have to go with it.
Yeah.
And he's late to it.
Yeah.
So I put this more on Eichenberg, if anything, because the moment the fullback goes and running back goes, that's two threats. You've got to go.
I mean, and I'm not putting on Jack too. I mean, it's Jack and I, because as soon as that guy passes through your zone,
that's all. Yeah,
hit him. He's passing through your zone.
Yeah,
put a hit on him. Hit him. He's not beyond the 5 yards. Hit him. Get over to the two guys out there. Like, it's, be physical. Put like, that's one ill intent physicality. Like as soon as you see that guy coming through your zone, put a hit on him. Get take him out. Basically, take him out of play. Then go pursue that. You see the two guys coming out in the flats, and that's obvious. Screen pass right there.
Yeah, and it is obvious with that motion of the fullback. He's going out. He's not looking for a pass. So Eichenberg has to have this. He's got to know that that's what's happening in front of you. So you got to get there. Even though you're in zone, I understand he's in zone. He understands that Jack Jones is outside of him. You got to know you got to get there. That ball's released. You're going.
Yeah.
This is the deep ball that was missed. Got Troy Franklin down.
This is the miscommunication.
Below. And this is what motion does to you. And this is a great job. Again, good play design. You got the motion that comes down. I'll pause it. So you have Nate Hobbs that's coming with the motion. You got Jacorian Bennett locked up down here. But what happens is you snap it and these guys are stacked.
Yeah.
And what that forces is it forces these two guys to communicate who has who. And they didn't have enough time. They should have been communicating before this. Fact. And realistically, in my opinion, what Jacorian Bennett should have done is you start to back off. You start to bail just a little bit so you can communicate, give yourself a little bit of room so you guys can watch them release. And a lot of times for defenses, they'll release and they'll kind of zone it up. If a receiver goes in, Nate Hobbs goes in. If a receiver goes out,
I got him. Yep.
So, but it's communication.
So who's the sex? So who's right there in the back? Is that Nate? No, right there. Is that Nate right there?
Yeah, that's Nate.
Is Nate? Yeah. So because that. I mean, really, that should be like a banjo call, right? Like you see these guys stack like that. You got to make a banjo like, hey, you know what? I'll take yours, you take mine.
Yeah, you get the other guy. Yeah, switch.
Depending on if they're running a switch release, like, hey, banjo call. I'm gonna hop on this guy, you take that guy. But
the thing is, and most of the time you will see corners back off. You'll see corners back off. But what happens is, and I'll play, Jacorian Bennett tries to stay. And Nate Hobbs.
Yeah, they both. Yeah.
So Jacorian Bennett, he doesn't stay with the man, he stays. But because this guy has an inside release, he's assuming Nate Hobbs is going to take him. Now, he goes deep, and even Jacorian Bennett, he took him still. And he still gets beat. I think he thinks he has safety help.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think he thinks he has help.
He does, but I think watch the inside guy, which again, I don't know who the inside
guy
guy
runs
is.
open.
He runs wide open. Bo Nix could have picked and choose who he wanted. And so that's what holds Paul Mao, which doesn't allow him, Jacorian Bennett, to have safety help on top.
Yeah, see, that's why I think there was communications. I think that it looks like Nate was expecting to take the outside guy. He's expecting that Jacorian was going to stay with the inside guy because he was late getting over there. So it looks like so if you rewind it back, like he doesn't take that guy immediately. I think he was expecting to take the outside guy and Jacorian to stay with the inside guy, and then Jacorian stays outside. So he's trying to get back over there to the guy that had the inside route.
Yeah, but either way, it's just lack of communication.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And you see here, because this receiver is coming free across the middle, that makes Paul Mao have to score his shoulders up, and he can't release and try to get on the top.
Yeah.
But either way, ball's already released, wide open. Wide open.
What JB doing right there though? Why did he stop?
That's what I'm saying. I don't. Yeah.
Like what? Like even after that, like he like stopped. Like I don't know if he's gonna fall off or maybe he's falling off. Is that if that's a zone? He's falling.
That's
off
what I'm saying. Like in my mind, I thought he must have thought it was a zone because he was passing them off
because he stopped.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was passing them off.
My 2 cents. You may have saw it in Oregon, but that was a dime that Bo Nix just threw.
Yeah, that was good.
We'll put all the way through. But at the end of the day, this one, it's basically.
See how Nate starts. When he's at the top, Nate starts drifting outside.
Yeah, he did.
And then it looks like I thought, like I said, that was a lack of communication right there. Because by everybody, with him and Paul Mao and him and JB, like there's no communication there. Because it almost should have been a banjo call automatically. Hey, like Jacorian should have took the inside guy, Nate should take the outside guy, and then you have the safety help. Safety's playing. Looks like he's playing deep middle. So he'll be able to help if whoever needs help, but there was no communication there.
Yeah. And the thing is, and we also cannot allow quarterbacks to have this much time. This pocket is beautiful for Bo Nix. I mean, he's got all the time in the world to just release that. And again, we just can't have it. So
yeah.
Tyree Wilson just
should we say it one more time just for that?
Like,
where's he at?
Playing D tackle.
Oh, he's D tackle?
Yeah, he just takes this like here. Come here. I want you to go see the ref. Go talk to the ref. Go talk to the ref,
bro. Like I don't know what he's like. Well, was he trying to do like a rip under?
I don't know what he was doing because he was standing straight up.
Get your hands on somebody, man.
So just like we saw on the 2nd and 15 where they ran that screen, Chris, you said, I think Chris, you were the one that said it. Good play call. Not doing it on 3rd and 10 or what have you when it's obvious. This is a 2nd and 15, and these are more of those chunk plays that we're just giving up, and it just puts them automatically into field goal range. It's just a simple draw on 2nd and 15.
That was Spillane got out of. He got washed out.
In chat, just we're going to jump to the offense side here in just a second, so we'll definitely get some offense.
Yeah,
I mean,
Spillane got to play that better.
I mean,
all that space in the middle of the field. Who's that out there? Is that Bernie?
No,
are you talking about right here?
Yeah.
No. So actually, I know that we brought a lot of times. We brought in whether it's Morrig coming up and playing in the box. We brought our safeties up a lot to play in the box.
Oh, no,
I think that's Bernie though.
Yeah, that is Bernie.
Oh, that is Bernie. But a lot of times we brought our safeties up to play in the box, which is tough. Yeah. But I'll play this one more time. But again, it just kind of shows like these are the chunk plays we just cannot give up, and we've been giving up, unfortunately, all season.
Man,
Carolina just trashed us with chunk plays, and so.
And then Merritt gets ran over and dude's flexing on him.
Wait, was this when I think he got a concussion? It looked like because he had to come out. Didn't he? Let me see if this is the one.
He might be out too. Shoot, concussion. He was in concussion protocol.
But my 2 cents: dimes don't always get caught. A dime is just a good throw. It's not about the catch.
Yeah,
just so letting you know the way I see it, and I think a large majority sees it. All right, so this is where undrafted free agent, he just gets caught inside, good play action, and he knew it. He knew it instantly. Charles Snowden, you got to contain on the backside, and we'll talk about contain. He just gets caught.
Oh yeah,
that's a coaching thing, man. Because they all do that. I feel like none of them really keep contained, man.
I think he just got caught. I think he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He thought
he was like, "Oh, I'm about to get him, about to walk him down."
He thought he had to play.
But when we go and look at Minshew's touchdown, we're going to look at how a defensive end is supposed to play it.
Yeah.
So we'll go into that, but this is tough, right? Undrafted free agent. These are the mistakes. Like if you want to continue to be on an NFL roster, you cannot make this mistake.
Even Snowden knows it too. Look at him at the end of the play.
He puts his hands up. Yeah.
He
puts his hands on his head.
Damn, they got me.
Like shit.
He knows he got. He got caught with his hand.
He knew it. So, again, just another chunk play. We just can't have it. And this is the last defensive play, and then we're going to go into the offensive side. This is Bo Nix throwing the touchdown to, I think, is it Reynolds? I believe it is.
Yeah,
Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds down at the bottom and hits him in the back corner of the end zone. Another really good ball.
I was about to say he dotted that.
Jack Jones, you got to get there. You wish it, and I'll give it to Jack Jones. That's a hard one. That's honestly a hard one to guard. But
isn't that what he got beat on that? What, a couple weeks ago? That same type of play
against Carolina.
Yeah, it's trailing. I mean, I would like to see Spillane chip him a little bit, but
yeah,
that's a hell of a throw. That's Sean Payton knowing our tendencies and taking advantage of it.
And we gotta get more physical with these receivers, man. There, you put your shoulder in his chest if you Spillane.
Right.
So, and that's tough, right? Jack Jones, it's a hard one. Don't get me wrong. I don't care who you are trying to chase. And this is where he's got a double release option, right? He can release inside, he can release outside. So it puts Jack Jones in a really tough position. But you would hope that in some way, somehow, whether it be Morg on top or Spillane getting a little bit deeper drop instantly to kind of help.
I think that's Palomar up there. Palomar and Harper. So it's the B team in terms of safeties.
Well, I think this is Palomar.
Yeah,
and
that's Harper.
Is that Harper?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is like you just wish that through here and maybe Spillane, because if you see Spillane, he just
lets him go by. Bro, hit him. That's within the 5 yards. Put a hit on him, or you got to hit him. Push him. If nothing else, push him.
You know the crazy thing is even Bennett got beat. Like on the cut.
Yeah,
Bennett's gonna get beat too. Like once he clears the safety, the receiver.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, right, you want Spillane to be able to reroute him a little bit in hopes that it gives Jack Jones a little more time because it's a really good route. What Reynolds does is he releases inside, he straightens out just slightly, just to hesitate Jack Jones, and then he gets across the field. Again, really hard, but at the end of the day, you want to be a top tier tight end. You better make it work. And so that's the defensive side. We'll jump over to the offensive side and we'll kind of go through. Might you
just smile and nod, man. That's all you
do. That's all you can do sometimes.
I'm sorry. It's a dime. It don't matter. Like he didn't dive, he extended. And it's still a dime. Like that. I don't know. Whatever. We'll do our thing. All right. So let's get to the offensive side. So we talked about Christian Wilkins, right?
Yes.
Christian Wilkins, he gets hurt. This is a third down play, and I think Minshew takes off. Good job using his feet, making it work. And we just don't need stuff like this out of JPJ. He comes trailing. You want to see someone take out their own shoulder on the ground? This is a good view of it. And I clipped this last night, so I didn't even know about the Wilkins stuff. But I mean, you look at him take off, and it's just like
I love the.
Don't do that.
I know it's stupid, but I ain't gonna lie. I remember seeing it like when I was watching it. I'm like, I love that kid. I ain't gonna lie.
But what's bad is that like, dude, you already have concussion issues. Like, all you need is your head hit the ground the wrong way, bro. You done for the year.
So I'm not going to take too much time on that. But this is the Brock Bowers touchdown. Basically on that return route that Brock Bowers has run multiple times. So, Brock Bowers at the top of the screen, kind of bends it in and just mosses him. Great catch.
Yeah. Great catch. Great catch.
Great catch. And in my opinion, I mean, that's all Brock Bowers.
That's all. I mean, I said it before, just to have the discipline to not push the guy like that. And then like there's only a handful of tight ends in the league that can make it that play, right? Like Njoku, maybe Evan Ingram, maybe Kyle Pitts. Because there's a lot of guys that can catch that ball, but to be able to separate from a corner like that after the catch, there aren't too many guys, there aren't too many tight ends in the league that would score on that play. So that's just fantastic. That just shows the kind of athlete that he is.
And I mean, look, you got to say it as it like.
That's a nice throw too, man, under duress.
Yeah, and the thing is, I know people try to act like it was just, he got lucky, but I think just knowing where your guys are going to be, who has a one-on-one 50-50 matchup, that you give your guy a chance to make a play, and that's what he did.
And that's what you want out of your first rounder, right?
Right.
Your first
beat your
rounder
guy.
has to be able to win those 50-50 balls. And so, yes, Gardner Minshew's he's taking a risk. I get it. But if you're going to take a risk somewhere, you're going to take a risk at your first round draft pick.
Exactly.
A guy that should be able to moss somebody. And so,
exactly.
Sometimes it won't work out, but sometimes it does.
Yeah, that's a chance you take, though, man. At that point,
exactly.
You give your playmakers a chance to make plays. That's why they're called playmakers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And honestly, and that's how Minshew's last interception was. He gave a guy a 50-50 ball, but
that's like you gotta be. That's when like, you gotta know your personnel.
I know, like it's like you don't got Tay out there, but he's I'm gonna try it anyway.
And this is where what I'm starting to see more and more, and we've done this a few times now, and this is one of the things that I love to do. I go back and I watch film, but here's one of my biggest things is I think Gardner Minshew.
Too soon right away. Too soon, man.
One of the things that I'm seeing out of Gardner Minshew is he's getting off of plays very quickly. He's quick to kind of dumping it off, which is tough. And so you want Minshew to be able to kind of understand the defense. I think he's struggling to read the defense. Maybe he just isn't grasping the offense as much as we'd like him to at this point. But
he panics.
Well, I'll pause it here.
But then look.
And he dumps off, right? He dumps off here. But here's the thing is you got Harrison Bryant coming across the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he's got to see it develop.
But look at Andre James, though, on this play.
I mean, I think it looks like Harrison Bryant was going to come across, but that's only because the linebacker saw him make the throw, so they came off of it.
But by the time that they are even releasing, they're still flat-footed, shoulders square. Like the momentum is now already in the motion of going towards that dump off. Where now we'll look at the end zone view, and this is where Gardner Minshew, he's got to use his legs just a little bit better. He's got time.
Yeah. I think Harrison would have cleared if he would have maybe backed up or slid to his right a little bit, or slid to left rather. I mean, a little bit.
I mean, he's just so quick to get that ball out, even when he has decent blocking.
That's
I think he's just, and there's a couple more examples of it. I think he's just getting off of the downfield routes way too quick. Now, mind you, if I'm getting my ass handed to me and getting hit all day long, maybe you get the ball a little bit sooner too. But that's kind of what's happening. And so it's tough. Harrison Bryant, he does release open. And I think Gardner Minshew is just kind of getting off a little too quick, and I think this is a check down as well. And then my 2 cents. You are my 2 cents. That one was a dime too. Okay, it was a dime too.
He's persistent.
Say it to you.
My 2 cents is he's very persistent.
Isn't he the one that that was a leader before? Like he used to be the leader back in the day, and leaders don't. I forgot.
Yes, it was.
Wasn't that
because we were talking about Minshew needing leadership?
And an hour later, he was still talking about being a leader.
I like it. Hey, you're dedicated, my 2. I like it.
He is, man. He's very dedicated. Shout out to my 2 cents.
Just another example, in my opinion, of Gardner Minshew just checking it down a little too quick and not really seeing the field properly. he checks it down. Still good, in my opinion, good protection.
But know what? But know what? My 2 cents have given us his 2 cents 5 times. And know what that is? That's a dime.
Bars. Bars.
I got to get those buttons. Okay, I don't got those buttons. I ain't got those buttons. But what's really weird though is watch Gardner Minshew's head, and you see it in the end zone view a little bit better. But I'll pause it. Gardner Minshew opened up and looked left. I think this is Shanker out there. Shanker, he's wide open.
Yeah, throw it now.
Yeah.
Throw it now. He catches. He's got the sideline. He may not be getting far.
He ain't getting far. That's Shanker.
But,
he ain't getting far.
But this is where you throw it.
That is where you throw it.
Yeah.
You got solid blocking. Finally, the offensive line is doing a decent job.
That's a nice pocket. That's like one of the best pockets.
Oh, yeah. That's the best you're going to see with us. That's the best you're going to see.
Is he locked in on Brock right there, though? Is he trying to get
because Brock was coming. Brock was coming, but by then he already made up his mind.
Yeah, he made up his mind. And I think
Brock would have been open, though.
I think his clock has been sped up.
But
he's not, because now that safety is driving on it to Brock, though. Shanker was the way to go.
And in the end zone view, you see Minshew opens up and looks that way.
Yeah.
And so he should see it. He should see it develop.
Quick read, yeah.
You got linebackers that's sitting inside. The DN's going to come. You got linebackers sitting way too far inside. The corners is sitting 5 to 6 yards off. I think it's Trey Tucker. Or no, I think it's Jacoby Myers. He's going to drive this corner. You got the sideline. You got nothing but grass on top. And so you got hold on, where is it? You got motion. You got motion coming a little bit. I'll back it up just.
That linebacker's so far away. That's a quick read.
Yeah, and he's a yard 2 inside.
That's what I'm saying. That's a quick read.
You got these guys. They get run into a little bit. Again, I think this is Harrison Bryant, which this is, in my opinion, I think this is typically Michael Mayer's position. So you got Harrison Bryant playing out of position. And so they get mixed up a little bit. I think that as we play it, I think Brock Bowers has to kind of let Harrison Bryant go a little bit to kind of clear, because I think that's what Harrison Bryant's route is kind of a clear route, because then Brock Bowers comes underneath and then you kind of sit right in the middle. But I think they just
where they're playing like a cover 3 cloud, it looks like.
No, it looks like
4. Looks
like a cover 4, but it's hard because you can modify. You can modify that 4, but it does look like a potentially a cover 4. But I'll go to the end zone view real quick. But you watch Minshew's head at the snap. He sees it. It's there. He just doesn't pull the trigger.
And what was the down and distance? I mean, that looked like 2nd and long too. So he was probably trying to get something a little bit more down the field, or wanting to be safe. Yeah, like 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15, but then you dump it off.
Yeah.
So,
that may have not been the best play call there, period, unless you're like, okay,
well, actually
field goal.
It's if Gardner Minshew hits this.
Yeah, I think if he hits
and Shanker goes up the field for 10 yards or so.
He checks it, man. If he throws it right there, as soon as he checks it. But part of the problem is I don't think Shanker was looking as well. So Shanker has to, if he's clearing out there, he has to look. He has to look.
Yeah, like, because you got to throw it quick.
I mean, his head's there.
Right
there. He's looking at him.
It's there.
I don't think Shanker was looking though. I don't know if Shanker was looking.
But that's that's throwing with. I mean, not anticipation, but
it's still
Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew's got to still throw it.
Yeah,
that's on Shanker to get his head around. So again, it's kind of just showing that look, the plays are there at times.
Yeah,
Minshew, he's not seeing it. It's tough.
But it's not even not seeing it. He's just not pulling the trigger. He sees it. That's the problem.
He's looking. Yeah.
He sees it. He's just not pulling the trigger. And we've seen it before where he looks at a guy and he has him and he's not pulling the trigger. And I think I think part of the reason is like he's so scared to turn the ball over, but then he still turns the ball over.
Turns it over.
My 2 cents giving you credit, Severe. I like it. Credit to you, my 2 cents. You're always in here, man. We love going back and forth.
Yeah, my 2 cents is he cool, man. Cool people.
It's good stuff. So this is Amir Abdullah's long run, which is good. I want to show it because this is kind of the running back we probably will need in a zone scheme. Actually, I think this is actually a power run, actually.
Abdullah.
But it's a good cutback.
If Abdullah been 5 years younger. Yeah.
Good block by Bryant. Y'all try to act like Bryant can't block.
Little bit of
block. That's all it's good for.
It's a little split zone, little split inside zone, which is good. But that's the cutback.
Yeah.
That's the cutback you need in a zone scheme like this. And so Amir Abdullah does it. We obviously know Zamir White just struggles with it.
See, now that's an old school Colton Miller right there.
Yeah.
That's a Colton I remember.
Right down here. This was a good one.
Yeah, clean that dude up. That's old school Colton, man.
Yeah.
Boom. Get him out of there.
Yeah. And
Jacoby.
Yeah. Jacoby was, man, so Jacoby's cracking down on he's cracking down on DNs, man. Like Jacoby got no, when it comes to blocking, Jacoby got no look. Boom. Get out of there, bro. Yeah,
Jacoby there.
Get up out of there, bro. Devontae for damn sure ain't doing that. Devontae he'll set a screen for you.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Business decisions. But that's what we need. I mean, but that play, like if Zamir White's in, he doesn't make that cutback.
No.
No, bro. No.
It's definitely things that we need. So I definitely want to show that one. That was a good one. It's kind of, this one is to kind of show just what we're dealing with. Again, we've showed it multiple times in the past, but when it comes to the offensive line,
actually, that was that a JPJ kind of getting beat?
Let's see. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he gets beat a little bit. Does a good job, kind of getting his hips around his guy. But watch Andre James.
Andre James getting destroyed.
No, just
nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like offensive linemen do this, but you see this so consistently with Andre James. There's more that I'm going to show, and it's tough, you know.
And I think that's a zone scheme too. But he should he even in the zone scheme, like the most dangerous man at that point.
Number 40. Yep.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, guys.
If it's covered, uncovered, when you're uncovered, most dangerous man. He's not covered at that point because it's I think you look at the from the left side of the helmet over, so he's uncovered at that point. So he has to take the most dangerous man right there.
Well, so you basically go head up. If it's zone coming to, I guess the offense is right.
Yeah.
Right. You're basically gonna go head up. If 93 actually comes and reaches, Andre James is gonna have to take half a man. He's gonna give him a shoulder. Yeah. But you're basically taking head up to play side gap to linebacker.
Level. Yeah.
But there's nobody head up, no one play side gap. Now you got to get to linebacker.
Get him.
But if 93 does come down hard, you're going to help out, allow JPJ to kind of get his hips around.
Yeah.
But Andre James just gets nobody. And so it's really tough.
You see,
and again, I'm just pointing out because we see it consistently.
Yeah, see, Parham goes right. JPJ goes right. And then Andre James goes home. Like he doesn't. So one guy that I will say 99, he's an absolute beast. I didn't know who he was before. Is that Zach Allen?
Yeah.
Oh
Zach
yeah.
Allen. I wanted Zach Allen when he came out of school because he was a D end in school. I think he's playing 3-4 D end now. But yeah, he's a dog, man. He's an
absolute beast. After watching this film and going through it,
I think he's like he's top 5 in the NFL in pressures. I think he leads all interior defensive linemen in pressures. Like he's balling out this year.
All right, let's go. Where am I at? Went through all the offense. I'm looking for Andrew James miss. Yeah, cool. We're on the RPO. Okay. I like this play. I mean, again, it's very basic RPO, but this is a good run pass option play. You got Gardner Minshew being able to understand where our leverage is. He has the option to run the ball, or it's a little bubble screen over to Brock Bowers, which goes through some yards, which is good. And the very next play, chat, just so you know, we're going to get to the interception. We'll have fun with that one.
Oh man, that's the very next play too. It's gotta be the next play.
It is. So good RPO. I like it. Run pass option. Gets us up the field. Gets us, I believe, the first down at that point.
And that's what I want to see Brock doing. Get the ball in his hands early. Let Brock do what Brock
let him run. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the creativity. I want to see more RPOs. If Gardner Minshew continues to play, I want to see more RPOs because I think, one, Gardner Minshew's good at it, but two, it just helps our offensive line, helps open up the run game. So I want to see more at it. But then this is the interception. And so we'll run through it. A couple plays ago, we talked about the defensive end play. This defensive end plays it very well. Perfectly. Exactly how you want a defensive end to play it, but we'll run it through so we can watch it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if he wouldn't have played it like that, Gardner could have ran himself. He could have ran it in.
The reason why Gardner threw it like that is because that defensive end is right in the throwing lane. So Gardner has to modify the throw, but it's still a bad throw. But he has to modify how he's throwing it to get it around that player. So that's why he's trying to get it up and over that guy. Yeah. And then he floats it too much.
He does. It's just it's a bad throw by Gardner.
Yeah.
There are things like in my opinion,
that's part of his height right there. That
yeah.
A taller guy can deliver that throw right there.
Yeah.
But either way, as a professional quarterback, you still need to make that throw. Now,
you got to make that throw,
or you sidearm it and just get him around it, get it around him that way. If you can't go over him, hey, sidearm that thing.
Or worse, throw it more towards the sideline. Like, don't throw it where everyone is. Like, throw it, give your guy a chance where only he can get it and nobody else.
Yeah.
Exactly. And here's the thing is, and I think D182 saying bad call by Getsy. I think it's a very good call. The defensive end played it very well. The only thing is that
the only thing I would say right there is that if I'm going to run that play, I'm going to run that play to the opposite side of the field.
Yeah,
I'm not running.
Good point. Yes.
I'm running to the opposite side of the field. And then
I'm staying away from this guy, Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, exactly. But first of all, you have more space on the opposite side of the field, and you're staying away from Patrick Surtain. Like I'm not. I'm going.
You're staying away from Patrick Surtain, and you're actually rolling to the right to where you're throwing to Minshew's arm.
Exactly.
Because now Minshew has to rotate his shoulders all the way around to make the throw. Now, here's the only thing that I'm concerned with. Is again, it's like what I talked about before we started talking about plays. Is Jacoby Myers is now playing the number one. Yeah. So I don't know. Now, Jacoby Myers, his very first role on this is he's basically running a rub route. He's running a pick route. Yeah. He's looking for the first defender to come over to kind of help, to flash them, to help them to pause them for the split second. Everybody in the NFL does it, right? Problem is nobody comes.
Yeah.
Nobody comes over, and I think Jacoby gets lost, and I think Jacoby did the wrong thing and actually tried to bend this thing back outside. Now, is that a coach thing? I don't know. Now, mind you, Jacoby Myers is only his second game playing the number one receiver, so I don't know if he understands what to do or what have you. Again, if Getsy calls this, it's horrible spacing. But if you look at other offensive coordinators that run the same exact concept, other offensive coordinators along the league run the same exact concept. And what typically happens is this player will try to flash or rub a defender coming through to hold him up, which no one does. And they will sit in this middle and then drift. But what Jacoby does is he continues back out, which allows Surtain to stay outside, which is tough. And so the spacing is definitely wrong, but you can see Jacoby's not looking for a pass here. Jacoby comes walking in. He's not looking for a pass. He's looking for a defender to come, but nobody comes. You can see this defender's late coming. And then he bounces out, which
if Jacoby would have kept going, that play would have been wide open.
It looks like Gardner wants to throw it right there too, but he can't.
Yeah.
Looks like he's cocking it to throw.
But that's what I'm saying. Like right here at this point, I may just run it. I mean, Gardner's beating. Who's that? Zach Allen or who's that guy? No, that's the other.
One of the DNs.
No, that's the Gardner's beating him. Gardner, and then him and Surtain would just race. But I mean, I know it looks open, but I think I'd try to book.
I mean, one thing, and we can say it as we sit here. I mean, you could pump that thing and then take off, right? Pump it, and freeze that defender, then take off.
That's what he should have did.
That option.
He should have pumped it right there, and then he probably he would have created a throwing lane or created an opportunity to run.
But at the end of the day, I understand. Like this guy's Brock Bowers is wide open. You gotta hit it. You gotta hit it. Now again, I don't know. Jacoby Myers only second game playing at the number one receiver, so he's learning the entire offense as a new position. Is he supposed to bend this back that quickly? I don't think so, because typically, if you watch other offenses run this play, these receivers will flash the defender and then kind of sit in this opening, which holds this corner in the middle. That's what you want to do. You want to hold the corner in the middle, because now this entire sideline is vacant. So if it's coached this way, then Luke Getsy is coaching it wrong. I just don't know if that's the case. But again, this is pure guessing from my point. But
yeah, that's just
then the hold right there.
Yeah. So we'll move on from that. That's a tough one. That changes the whole dynamic of the game if Gardner does actually hit that ball.
Which Gardner sucks. On Gardner, man.
It is on Gardner.
Yeah, as a veteran, you gotta know. And that was what, first down?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta live another down, man. Live another down.
So this Alexander Mattson probably won't take too much of this one, but I believe on this one there was an opening to kind of cut back on him, but he just doesn't take it.
Yeah.
We'll watch the end zone view one more time. There was a cutback lane right back here, which he's got to take it, but it's tough. Like, and these are the growing pains with JPJ. He's an aggressive kid. I think he's going to turn out to be a good offensive lineman for us. But JPJ just I think this is Jones. And again, Jones is a beast too. Jones does a good job crossing his face, gets him off of him. It makes the play. I mean, and you could look, JPJ's pissed at himself. You can watch him right after, because Andre James actually does a decent job. He chips him and then goes a linebacker. JPJ, as soon as that chip happens, JPJ, he's got to get his hips over. He's got to work his hips over.
Yeah.
To kind of shield him off.
No.
Yeah, you can watch JPJ. He's pissed at himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
So that's tough. Again, rookie. I'll give it to him. He'll learn from it.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not
going to be okay.
I'm not worried about JPJ at all.
Oh man, yeah. At least my words.
Yeah.
I believe this one was this was the
Ooh.
We'll go to the end zone view so we can see it.
I think JPJ got killed this one too, didn't he?
Yeah, this one, I think this is the one he kind of struggled a little bit.
Zach Allen cooked.
Yeah, he gave him work. He gave him work.
That's the welcome to NFL moment.
And that was the one that we got called for a hold too, right?
Yeah,
because it would have been pass interference, so they brought it back.
That was the pass. Yeah, that was the pass was that Glaze or was that Colton?
I think it was Colt. I think it was. It must have been Colton. Yeah, Colton.
Yeah, they threw it at Colton.
That didn't look like a hold though. That was kind of.
It looked weak. It did look weak.
That's pretty weak if they call.
Let me see.
Like, how you call that a hold and not call what happened to
I'll say more of a block in the back than a hold. Did they call block in the back, or they actually called holding? Didn't they?
They called holding. Yeah, they called defensive holding and they called offensive holding. Is offset.
All right, so then we'll go to the next one. This is the third and 8. This is the third and 8 drop. Again, this was the start of just in this drive.
That hurt us. That hurt us right there.
That hurts bad. You continue that. That gets you brand new first downs. We got to get that. And I think there was the drive after that where it was just back-to-back penalties, drop passes.
Yeah.
Good pocket too.
Good pocket.
Yeah, good pocket.
It's a good throw. It's a perfect throw. Like great throw right there. And that's one of those situations where you want, after that nasty taste in your mouth from that pick six, you want to get back on your horse. And you need to drive sustained, right? To hey, like, let's get back on rhythm. We're getting right back to what we were doing. We just had a 13-play drive that went for a field goal. You know, we had the long touchdown early. Like, let's get right back on our horse. And then
look at this block by Madison, man. I like this block.
Well, Madison, and this is the one thing I'd like to point out because again, this is DJ Glaze. This is great eye discipline by DJ Glaze because, and this is where I think because he was a great pass blocker in college at Maryland.
Yeah,
you know, he struggled on the run side, but you watch him engage with the inside backer. He's a D end ish, but like he engages here, but even though he's engaged, his eyes are still outside of him. And the moment someone flashes, he releases and he actually saves Gardner Minshew from basically getting a kill shot. But DJ Glaze and his eye discipline is extremely good. So I'll pause it and I'll keep playing it. But so he looks inside, right? Great job. Defender comes from all the way over from the opposite side. He sees it. He engages. Perfect.
Yeah.
Great eye discipline. He sees it coming. Great job.
That's just a great block by everybody.
He comes off and gets the outside guy.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful right there.
It's beautiful work.
That's beautiful work. Yes.
I will give DJ Glaze all the credit in the world for that play right there.
That's awesome.
Peels off and takes number 0. I mean,
that's your boy out there, Chris.
Huh?
That's your boy out there on the block.
Hey, he was on his own though. He was on his own for a while, man. Hey,
but
he was on his own for a while. He blocked as long as he could, man.
As long as we give crap to some of these offensive linemen, you definitely got to give credit where credit's due. And that play right there was, I mean, if you could build off of that.
So shout out to Madison too, man. I think like that's how you step up and take on the block as well, man.
Nah, man. Look, if there's one thing you can't criticize Zeus for, is for his pass pro, because Zeus was delivering. He was out there punishing. He was out there punishing dudes. He was out there like laying dudes out. Like, that's one thing he was. That's the only thing he was doing.
So we're gonna go and hey, I'm trying to get back to the chat, guys. I appreciate it, but hey, salute everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. We try to do this every Tuesday. You got my guy Chris, Real Talk or PTS Protect the Show podcast. Make sure you go over there. Hit him up. You got The Severe Raider. Make sure you hit the channels up. I'm Real Talk Raider Nation. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, wherever you're looking at. And this is the overthrow on Brock Bowers, which this one's tough, you know. And as I watch this one, I accredit it to one thing, which is a fault of Gardner Minshew, and we'll let it run. Brock Bowers down at the bottom.
Set them feet, man. Set them feet.
That's exactly it. So it's a good pocket. It's good pass protection.
Good play call.
Gardner Minshew is just the play call's there.
Yeah,
right.
Play call.
But Gardner Minshew's feet are just too happy in that pocket. If he sets his feet and throws this, I mean,
oh man,
because
I don't know why you're throwing.
He trusts his arm too much, man, and like your arm's not that great. It's not, you don't have a top-notch arm, like man. Go through your mechanics.
That's some stuff that Mahomes could do. You know, someone with that arm talent.
But this right here, you take one controlled hitch and nice little dump over the top.
Yeah,
but instead it's almost like pocket. It's a great pocket, but for some reason he rushes his way up into the pocket. And doesn't set his feet.
And they went max protect there. So the only person really that was for Brock to get open. Because it looked like they're.
It was a Harrison Bryant over there. Yeah.
It's a good play call, wide open. Brock catches that. He probably runs for another at least 10 more yards.
Oh, yeah, at least.
And that puts us automatically in field goal range. It's another play, a good dial up by Luke Getsy, just a missed opportunity. And it puts us in field goal range.
Yeah, Getsy. Yeah. You can't get mad at Getsy too much in this game. You really can't.
You really can't, bro. Like I always say, people look at play call and they look at if the play was success or not and blame the play call. Like a lot of times it's execution, man. And like everybody did their job except Gardner Minshew on that play.
Right.
And so this is Gardner Minshew trying to scramble. He ends up getting sacked, and this is what's tough, right? There's a lot of people we talk about him holding the ball too much.
See, yeah. But
now there's not a whole lot open downfield. I'll give him that, but he's got to be better at his pocket presence, just understanding where to move in this pocket.
But you don't expect your center to do this, though. Like, you don't expect your center to do that.
I agree.
NFL center should not do that at any point in their career.
Andre James he's got to deliver the blow. He's waiting there.
He's waiting.
I know it's pass pro, but you see a guy coming at you, bro. Punch. Why aren't you punching already? You don't want to overextend because that's how you get beat too. But you can't just let the guy just have his way with you. Like,
oh yeah, that's
in right there,
like,
bang.
Oh yeah,
you hold your ground.
Go attack him.
But right there, you hold your ground. You do not continue to get pushed back. At that point, you hold your ground. That's a solid pocket.
Yeah.
But he continues to lose ground. I mean, he just got driven back just when I played it, another 2.5 yards.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And Parham shouldn't have his back completely turned to play like that.
Yeah.
Like, we were just talking about eye discipline, and that was poor eye discipline.
Yeah, right. Let's see. All right. Let's go. So this is just a bad missed assignment. This is where our linemen, they just need to communicate. This is our run game. We got to get the run game going. But if you watch JPJ and you watch Miller, they kick the shit out of this player, the down lineman. But what good is it?
Oh yeah, see,
they're kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah, Miller got
killed off
that
to get
guy.
the linebacker.
Yeah, Miller got to get off that guy right there.
It's just one man in the box accounted for.
That's what bothers me, man. It's like some of this stuff you can't blame on Miller's like injury. Like it's just him not knowing who to block sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean, this isn't like a safety walking up. This isn't a corner coming in the box. I mean, this is a linebacker that you have to account for in the box. So, yeah, they double team. Yeah, they kick the shit out of him, but they leave one man open.
Yeah.
So these are things that we have to correct quick in order for us to even have a chance at excelling in the run game. And so this is a pass to Brock Bowers. He comes in motion here. Good throw. Decent play. But again, we're looking at Andre James. And this is, and I point these type of things out because, man, when you want to re-sign or extend somebody, Andre James, like his eyes are just horrible. We just talked about DJ Glaze and how well he did in that one play. This D lineman, he crosses Andre James' face. When he crosses your face, your eyes need to come back. Your eyes need to come back, and he doesn't allow his eyes to come back. Blitzing linebacker brings pressure. Yes, we complete the pass, but these are the things that Gardner Minshew has to hold that ball for a split second longer. Now he's running for his life.
Yeah,
so Andre James has to be better at his eye discipline when it comes to the pass protection and even run blocking, but we'll get into that as well. This is the interception by Gardner Minshew. This is the other one. It's a bad ball.
It's just a questionable decision.
Yeah, it's just you don't throw that to Trey. You know, if you want to try that with Jacoby, but not Trey.
And I think it's tough because this is one that I will put on Luke Getsy a little bit, because you can almost, based on the other routes, you got basically double in routes coming in. Yeah. You're trying to, with the double in routes, you're holding these linebackers, the extra safety. You're
that one-on-one.
Yeah. I think this is a called play by Luke Getsy to go one-on-one with Trey Tucker. Now, mind you, Gardner Minshew needs to let this thing go. He underthrows the crap out of this thing.
Yeah,
you got a 5'9" receiver, and I don't know how tall this is, but he's probably a 5'11", 6-foot corner. I mean, you need to let this thing rip.
That was a good press. That was a good jam.
I think he's trying to get that whole shot in between between the corner and the safety. He's trying to
even if you want to, you still got to throw that thing farther.
Yeah,
I mean,
because the safety's reading him.
Yeah, because you really can't throw it. Yeah, you just don't go there. Honestly,
it's a bad ball. I think it's a called play by Luke Getsy, which it's not a good. That's a bad matchup. And then Gardner Minshew, you got to let that thing rip.
Oh, he looks like he has. Who's
DJ Turner. DJ Turner. That's what I was saying when I saw the safety kind of go up to Trey. Yeah, I think I would have hit DJ Turner. Bam, right there.
Yeah. And the tough part is that you watch Gardner Minshew's eyes. This is what tells me it's a called play. He doesn't go anywhere else with his eyes, except for Trey Tucker.
Seems like he should have read whatever the safety did.
His eyes go there, and it's all day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but let that thing rip.
Yeah.
Just put it near the sideline where only Trey Tucker can get it. Let Trey Tucker. The only way Trey Tucker wins that is with his speed. He's not going to outjump you, man.
He's not going to outjump you. Yeah.
So just a bad ball again. It's tough. This one, Gardner Minshew scrambling around. And this is the one where he drops his eyes, which isn't good. This is the hard part about Gardner Minshew's. When he starts running, he drops his eyes, and you got receivers open.
Right? Well, that's Jacoby, right? Who's that? Jacoby still running?
So you got Brock Bowers that comes open on the flats here, and you got Jacoby Myers coming here. So again, we got to put it all in perspective. You got receivers open.
Yeah, that's not get
balls there.
I don't get
But when we go to the end zone view, it's just tough. Gardner Minshew just gets happy feet. He runs around. He drops his eyes.
Oh, that's Turner that was open. Is that Turner?
At the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Turner. Yeah, that's Turner.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, that's Turner.
Yeah.
And so in the end zone view, just happy feet. And if you're gonna take your eyes down right now, if you're gonna take your eyes down, you better just take off.
Get out of there. Just get out of there.
Yeah, just take what you can get. Like, why are you going backwards?
Yeah, man. Just get out of there, man. Like,
but the thing is, that's what he was
doing.
Get out of there
right now. Get out of there right there. You got a lane. Get out of there right there.
Earlier in the game, he was doing that. I don't know why he tried to make a play. Like, just go get what you can and live another down. That's the thing with Gardner, man. He don't have that live another down mentality, man. Like, you don't have to save the world on every play.
And this is and mind you, he's a quarterback, but this is one of the issues with Gardner Minshew when he scrambles a little bit. He got a couple first downs with his legs, which was good, but this is where his vision is just off.
Yeah,
if he had good vision to be a runner, he'd see that and he'd go. Because the moment, and I say this to a lot of running backs back in the days, when you're looking, you're not running. And that's the thing, is you got to have that vision. You got to have those instincts. He's got to see, I got an opening, just go.
Just go.
Patrick Mahomes, he's got the vision to see this. He goes.
Exactly.
And so Gardner Minshew just doesn't have the vision here. And look, it was actually good protection. He's just dropping his eyes, and now he's scrambling for his life, which if we go back, when he's scrambling for his life.
Yeah, DJ.
And I'll play it. When he's scrambling for his life, he's got a crosser coming down here. He hits this down.
Oh, that right there.
Even then, if he just escapes to his left, he has Brock right there for a throw. But if he just runs instead, I don't know what he does right there. If he I don't know, just take off, man. Just take off.
Yeah, like, why does he go backwards?
Yeah, just take off right there.
That's the only place you shouldn't go. You could have looked left or right or forward.
You have a lane right there, and you have Brock out there. If you escape out there, you can throw it to Brock, or you can keep running yourself.
Yeah, so and that's tough. It's tough because Gardner Minshew, he's brought in a little bit more mobile. Mm-hmm. He's definitely got to show it. So
is this my guy Aiden?
No, this is just again just
Aiden's in now.
Oh yeah, that's Aiden.
Yeah,
yes, Aiden.
But this one's tough. Again, it's going to the running game. It's just the last play again. Receivers wide open. We got to be able to find it. That's not a getsy thing. The receivers are there, but this is more of just missed blocking assignments.
Yeah, this after the hold, right? After the hold, where I think Aiden's second play. I think it was a hold on the first play. He missed DJ Turner, or it was a DJ. He either missed Trey Tucker on the throw, but ended up being a holding call. So that took us to 1st and 20. So I know we go 3 and out right here.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, JPJ, he did not have a good game. This was by far his.
Yeah, but man, this is probably the best interior guys. DJ Jones, who's a good player.
Yeah,
John Franklin Myers is a hell of a player too. I want to say he played for the Rams, I think, before, I think he's a hell of a player. And then Zach Allen, as I already said, he's top 5 in the league in pressures this year. So this was a hell of a.
No, that wasn't a slouch. I mean, but that Browns front four ain't a slouch either. True, he held his own against Dalvin and him.
Yeah.
All right, so all you AOC fans, here you go. All right, so this is a good throw. Again, not going to knock it. Very good throw. Good feet in the pocket.
Yeah.
And it's a really good strike down the middle.
That was.
Jacoby Myers, he comes with the deep dig route. Good job letting him clear linebackers. Keeps his feet steady.
Okay. Colton Miller.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the pocket was pristine too.
See, every now and then we see some flashbacks of Miller. There you go.
Right.
And his feet are quiet.
So good strike down the field. Can't take anything away from him. It's a good throw.
Don't worry, Jerry Rivers. There's plenty of plays where they ain't so calm out there, brothers. Don't get talking reckless. Do not get to talking reckless.
So we got a good throw to Trey Tucker. I do like. It's a good play concept. You got basically a switch route down at the bottom between here. Again, anytime you have a switch route, anytime you run motion and you stack some receivers like we saw earlier, and you cause confusion, it's good.
They did us.
But
that was good.
It's a really good job by Trey Tucker.
Read too. It's a good read.
Yeah,
fairly good blocking. Good job.
And puts it on him. Again, these are good throws. Always put good throws on there. And there was obviously some bad throws, which was tough, but we give credit where credit's due.
No, that's when Aiden's at his best.
No, yeah,
when he can really, do his full drop and throw the ball, he's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we can go through. Is this the drive we scored the touchdown on with Amir?
Yeah, this is the touchdown run.
Okay,
so we'll give him the touchdown run. And one thing I'll say about O'Connor,
that Parham getting it in.
Yeah, I think this was actually a good one by him.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he's all right. Did enough.
But then you got JPJ, man. He's welcome to the NFL.
I know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he out there. He's
getting run
in that one.
He held his own though.
Yeah, he's getting extended pretty good over there.
His guy couldn't make the play, man. Hey, go ahead, JPJ.
All right,
Chris, we'll talk about you, bro.
But the one thing I will say about Aiden O'Connell, when you watch,
honestly, he ran off his ass. Honestly,
yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna. I ain't gonna let y'all.
We'll
blame JPJ on that one. He created a little seam.
Oh, I remember this play.
No, it's not that one just yet. But hey,
okay. No, I mean he got rid of the ball. At the end of the day, you don't take a sack there. Get the ball out of there.
Live another down.
Yeah. And good ball. Very good ball. Risky ball. Very good ball.
That was just a hell of a play by what you call it. By
Jacoby.
Yeah. That was.
But good pocket presence, steps up, escapes out to the correct side.
Yeah. That was a risky throw.
That looked like Tay. That looked like Tay out there.
Yeah, that was a risky throw. But Jacoby made a hell of. I mean, he gave his guy a chance, and Jacoby made a hell of a play.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, DJ Glaze.
And here's the almost safety, and look like that, and that's.
Like, how do you almost how you at the 10-yard line and you almost get a safety? Like, what are you doing?
So
he's in shotgun though too.
He's in gun, but I'm sorry, you don't reverse out into the end zone. Yeah. I'm just like, I understand there's pressure there, but you don't reverse out into the end zone. That's
honestly with his mobility, do you even reverse out? Like at that point, you just got to get rid of it. I mean, because you reversing out, you're not gonna outrun nobody.
Yeah,
correct. So You don't reverse out into the end zone.
That's not your game, man. Just
leave that to somebody with some feet.
But we'll play one more time, and then we actually have, I think, just one last play.
But DJ Glaze gets whooped on this.
Yeah,
man, he did. Yeah. Was
that
that Andre James coming back trying to help him out? It didn't work.
What Parham doing? All right, Parham did his work. Colt.
Oh, shit, it might have been is that a designed rollout?
Because
look at Andre James. The only reason
not.
why Andre James would make this motion here is if it's designed. I want to see Colton Miller, because I want to see the block here.
I mean, Colton kind of got beat.
No, that's weird. I don't know what
yeah, what was James doing?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what he was doing.
he was like going out for a pass. Like
James out there lunching, bro.
We're going to the next play. We're going to the next play. This is the last one, guys. And unfortunately, this is on Andre James again. Again, it sucks. But look, when it comes to re-signing guys,
like, come on. Like, what are you doing?
Like, tell me this. Tell me how you deal with this.
Man, Aiden has no chance right there either, bro. It's like what do you want Aiden to do in that situation, bro? Like, what do you want him to do right there? There's nothing he can do, man. Like, it's like, come on, bro. Why are you on your?
But you know what? That's another example of him like waiting to receive a hit. Like if he would have, because he's looking at somebody. If you just go attack the guy that you want to block, then that doesn't happen.
I think that's such a clumsy play, bro. Like
it is.
Like, look, if it's a one-off, it happens. I get it. Sometimes you get caught off. You had a guard cross your face if it's a one-off. But I mean, we now just showed probably 4 or 5 plays just in this game. Andre James, he's just struggling as a whole, and so but that was it. That was the last play. That kind of breaks it down.
That was tough, man.
Hey, everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. Real Talk Raider Nation, Protect the Show podcast, The Severe Raider. I appreciate you. But guys, we had a lot of rough news this game. But here, look, I'm only going to say it one last time. I'm not on the fire Lou Getsy train. The plays are there. But when you have so many guys injured, playing out of position, learning new positions, Jacoby Myers trying to play a brand new number 1 receiver, Trey Tucker now trying to play the number 2 receiver, learning a playbook all over again in a different position. Michael Mayer, he's gone. He's out, which means Matthew Bryant or Harrison Bryant, he's playing a brand new position. Shanker coming in, playing a brand new position. 2 rookie offensive linemen. It's not all on Lou Getsy. He's not Andy Reid, but he's damn near not the worst offensive coordinator I've ever seen. And so we need to give this time. There's not going to be some very clear-cut answers because we are just banged up across the board, and it sucks. So we went through some film, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Severe, I'm going to give you just some last comments. What's your thoughts based on the play and how we stand right now?
Yeah, man, we're in a ton of trouble. We are in a ton of trouble. Hey, blessings to the people that think Aiden O'Connell is going to come in and change the fortunes of this team. I wish I was that optimistic. You guys believe in a higher power than me, obviously, because there's nothing short of divine intervention that is going to do anything to help this team. Honestly, we're at a dearth of talent offensively right now. Defense is banged up. We're just hurting real bad. Short of Zamir White turning into like prime, I don't even know who. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, he had to turn into like one of the best running backs in the league in order for us to turn things around. And he was he led the league in rushing yards and yards per carry down the stretch last year. But unless he has some crazy transformation, I don't see us being able to do anything. So we can't sustain drives long enough. We can't put up points on the board. We're struggling defensively. A lot of that has to do with injuries and guys that aren't going to come back this year. So it's going to get real ugly. Natural tanking. natural tanking.
Organic.
Organic.
And look, I'm with you. You know, the state of the offense as it stands right now.
But he didn't do that. Like we did these hypotheticals. What did AOC come in and do? He went 10 for 20, threw a pick, almost caused his own safety. Like knock it off. You guys with these hypothetical stuff. Like, if I had $1 million, guess what? I wouldn't be on YouTube. So like, this is hypotheticals, bro. I want to hear these crazy hypotheticals. Like, he got a chance. He had a damn near entire half. And what did he do? He played worse than the guy that started the game. And he was the guy that started the game was horrible. So how do you come in and do worse than the guy that was horrible in the first place? Like, that's crazy.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And that's the thing is you bring another guy in with, and we talked about it earlier in the show. You bring a guy in with the state of our offense, our number one receiver gone out the building, two rookie offensive linemen, now a bunch of shift with the receivers. Zamir White's out. We don't even know how our running backs are going to do. We're seeing a lack of communication on the offensive line when it comes to blocking this front seven. Yes, we just went up against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Like, that's one thing a lot of people are failing to realize. This Denver defense is damn good. And that interior defensive line showed me a lot of that Denver defense because they took it to us across the board. And so it's going to be tough. Whoever's in at quarterback, it is going to be tough. So, Chris, what's your thoughts as it stands right now when it comes to just kind of the state we're in with the injuries and all that? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, the injuries. I mean, it's going to be tough because not only the injuries, we got outside distractions still. Got Michael Mayer hurt, or not hurt, but whatever he got going on. Christian Wilkins hurt. Max is still not 100%. So it's tough. It's tough. I think that as fans, though, I think we need to calm down with the fire Getsy. Because again, I think a lot of the issue has been player execution. We've seen just today, there's plays out there that we left on the field by whether Gardner didn't make the right play or there was one missed block or whatever. So I'm not tripping on Getsy as of yet. But, we have to, like I always say, manage expectations. I finally got to the acceptance, phase where, I hope we just continue to compete. But, winning 10 games and all that stuff, I'm not there mentally anymore. So I just hope that they compete and whatever organically happens.
I think that's the word of the season, Severe. Organically. That's the word of the season so far.
Yeah, man. And it's AOC stuff. Like I said, I don't care if AOC starts the last game, but don't have any illusions about what AOC is or what he can do. He got into this last game. He threw for more passes, less yards, a worse percentage, and he had a turnover that turned into 7 points for the other team. It just wasn't a pick six, but that turnover led to 7 points. So whoever said that he didn't have a mistake that led to points, that's a damn lie, because he had an interception that immediately turned into 7 points for the other team. So he was bad this last game. They were both bad, but somehow he got into the game and did even worse. He had more pass attempts, threw for less yards per attempt, a lower percentage, took almost as many sacks, and had another interception that turned into points. So it's not being emotional, it's just being realistic. You guys are unrealistic about what Aiden O'Connell is as a player. Like, neither one of these guys are starters. If you think Aiden O'Connell is better, then it's an infinitesimal amount better. Like every bit of evidence we have shows that he's not the better guy. Like, nobody on, like, the GM didn't think he was better. The offensive coordinator didn't think he was better. The head coach didn't think he was better. All the beat writers that watched all the practices didn't think he was better. Like, the one person in the world that thought he was better was Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams was trying to leave. So like that's you're hanging your hat on that.
And so to the chat, look, yeah, it was a tip ball for an interception. It was, which is tough. It happens. But here's the thing for me, and this is a question to both of you, and also with the chat a little bit. I think I know everybody's reaction to it. But to your point, Severe, you say that we have both backup quarterbacks, right? Aiden O'Connell, backup quarterback. Gardner Minshew, backup quarterback. What are your thoughts then on, at this point, you go with Aiden O'Connell? Because we have to have, and we talked about this before, but I think there's more people in the chat now, and so we want to kind of talk about it, is you want the largest sample size possible. You know what Gardner Minshew has at this point. Our offense is going to struggle. Yeah. It's going to struggle. No Michael Mayer, no Devonta Adams, or 2 rookie offensive linemen. It's going to struggle. So do you, as much as you throw him into a pretty shitty situation, and I'll be the first one to say it, do you throw Aiden O'Connell in now so you get the largest sample size possible to better prepare yourself of the knowledge of this quarterback position to make whatever move you want in the offseason? Because if you find yourself, let's say we're picking 8, let's just say, hypothetically, right? Yeah. We're picking 8, but you want to get up to number 2, and now you got to give up. I mean, what was the going? 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, 2 number 3s. Like, you got to give up multi-years worth of draft capital to jump up. Would you want the largest sample size possible of what Aiden O'Connell is if we all think Gardner Minshew is just a glorified backup?
I think they're both glorified backups.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
I think
true,
but I think people have it. I think people, for some reason, they think Aiden O'Connell is better than he is because he had that one crazy explosive game against the Chargers and basically did not much else in every other game. Like, down the stretch of last season, they're like, oh, Aiden O'Connell never turned the ball over. No, why he didn't turn the ball over down the stretch of the year? Because Zamir White down the stretch led the NFL in yards per carry. So we were a running team down the stretch. Now, if we can run the football, I think that allows you to go play action pass with Aiden O'Connell, and then he can have some success. But he's not a great passer. He doesn't have a plus arm. Like, if you look at the time to throw, which is a stat that's tracked, which is the time between when a quarterback drops back and is either sacked or delivers a pass. Guess what? Aiden O'Connell was at 2.4 seconds. You know what Gardner Minshew was at? He's at 2.3 seconds. So this stuff about Gardner Minshew is some hold the ball guy, or Aiden O'Connell is he hits his back foot and lets go of the ball, then why is Gardner Minshew getting the ball out of his hands faster? Like, none of the stats back up anything any of you guys are saying. You just have an affinity for a player because he won us some games last year, so that's the guy you like. But if you look at data and actually watch the games, that's not what the eye test or the advanced statistics to tell you. So it's like, you guys romanticize this player, and he's not that great. Now, like I said, I would let Gardner start this game because I don't want to put Aiden into a hostile environment. We already know, even though it's at home, it's going to be a 70% Steeler crowd, 60 to 70% Steelers. We know that. I saw this last year, and that's what the crowd was last year. And I just think somebody said they're missing Highsmith, but they still got Cam Hayward, they still got TJ Watt, and they still got Mike Tomlin, and they still have a defense that's playing out of their mind right now. So I wait a week. See what I'm expecting Gardner and this offense to struggle again anyway, so they can just easier make that transition against a Rams team whose defense isn't as good, and just let him. And I think they're just obviously a worse team as well. They're banged up too, so I think that's just an easier transition for him. I think that's the game he has a better chance of winning as well. So you can kind of get him started out on a good foot. Maybe build some momentum going on later into the season. And like you said, at that point, we have the rest of the year to kind of just, hey, you know what, Aiden, this is your job for the rest of the year. Don't got to look over your shoulder. You can play relax. You can play free. We have that good evaluation on them. And then we can kind of make a decision on if we draft the quarterback. But regardless, but honestly, I don't care how well Aiden plays down the stretch. I'm drafting the quarterback early. Yeah, regardless. Like that, I don't care how good Gardner Minshew plays. If Gardner Minshew plays lights out down the stretch, I'm drafting a quarterback early anyway. Like, I don't care how well any of you guys play. I'm drafting a quarterback early because I want a young guy that's our guy, and we see what that can do for your franchise. Like, I don't think Sam Howell played that bad down there. I think Sam Howell was a much more talented passer than Aiden O'Connell. I think he has more arm talent, just more talent, period. But guess what the Commanders did? They had opportunity to get their guy. They drafted their guy. And I think we should do the same.
And so the other thing I will add is my 2 cents. We'll agree. We'll agree on something. Not on dropping dimes. We'll agree on something.
Yeah, I'm about to say dime.
It is very different when you come in mid game and stuff like that. It's very different. So when Aiden O'Connell comes in mid game, yes, you're kind of throwing in even more shitty end of the stick. So, but again, it's not to say Aiden O'Connell is also going to be the savior, So it's like I agree with you. It is shittier when you go in halfway through a game because it takes you a series or two, maybe even three, just to kind of get in the groove. You also it changes up the offensive play calling. The offensive plays will be a little bit different, and now you got to set things up differently, and so it's just a completely different group. So I mean, I do agree with you there. And then Chris, I'll throw this on you because it's actually a pretty good comment. Is Amir Telesco bad juju for players? He always has players with major injuries when he becomes their GM.
Man, it is crazy.
Chris, you think this is happening?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean,
look at where we're at.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about how dominant that front four is going to be. Now 2 of them are out, man. It's tough, and Max is in 100%.
And Max is hobbled.
Yeah.
Max is hobbled. There are Mumford's out. I mean, if all of a sudden Justin Herbert becomes healthy over there, Dre, for sure, you might be onto something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Chris, what's your opinion on the starting quarterback situation at this point right now? If we have 2 glorified backups, supposedly, what would be your move? Do you think it's time to look at Aiden O'Connell, or do you think we still ride with Gardner Minshew?
I would still ride with Gardner. Like I said, at least see what he can do. I mean, again, we know what Gardner is. I mean, he's not going to move the needle. We know that. Aiden's not going to move the needle, but I do think that putting Aiden out there against that Steelers defense, just even from a morale standpoint, like with our line, I would think that don't even put him in that situation. Get a good evaluation with him going forward. But at the end of the day, me personally, I'd rather see Gardner. But if the decision is AOC, I'm not crying about it. I'm gonna cheer for him just like I cheered for everyone else. Like I said, I cheered for Jamarcus Russell, Terrell Pryor, Jason Campbell, Matt McGloin.
I'd take
Jeff Pryor. Yeah,
I'd take Terrell Pryor over both of these guys. Right now.
For sure.
Just so he could rip off what was it, like a 95-yarder?
Against the Steelers. Against the Steelers.
The Steelers will bring
Bruce Grakowski. Shout out to my boy Bruce.
Yeah. You had Bruce on your show back in the day, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was Bruce. Good dude.
That's cool. How'd you link up with him?
One of my good friends was his receiver at Toledo, Lance Moore.
Okay.
Yeah, Lance played he got a ring for the Saints. Yeah, for the Saints.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's my dog. So yeah, that was his receiver. So he made that connection for me.
That's cool, man. Right. That's good shit. Well, hey, no, look, in my opinion, because of where we're at, and you guys make good points. Throwing him against the Steelers against a damn good defense might not be the best way to throw him in. But in my opinion, I don't know if I'm too worried about it, only because he had a lot of playing last year. It's not like he's a brand new rookie.
So you just want to throw him in there?
It's he's not a rookie. Yes, I consider this his rookie season because of just the shit he went through last season. Yeah. But in my opinion, if you throw him in, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. He's got it. He's seasoned enough to go in and play a football game for us. Yeah. But to me, I just want the largest sample size possible, because if we can somewhat calm the nerves of this damn Raider Nation, to be dead honest, I mean,
that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
It won't. But at the same time, I mean, everybody will come with their excuses, no matter how strongly they feel. But if Aiden O'Connell comes out and balls, at least we know good. But if Aiden O'Connell comes out and does absolute shit and we just don't see it, then we know going into this offseason, it's time to just make a massive move for a quarterback. And so
I just think for me, man, it's just like when you look at our record, 2-3, and then you look at everyone else in the league. I mean, there's no one's really pulling away. So and I know, everyone wants to say, hey, Gardner hasn't been playing well, but it's just like I don't want to feel like I'm giving up as of yet. And I know everyone's already looking at that next year. Everyone's talking about organic tanking and all that. We're having a lot of bad luck with injuries, but I don't know, man. It's 2-3. you know, we could still turn this thing around. And I know people gonna think I'm crazy, but I don't know. Maybe it's that Kobe in me, man. That I don't want to feel like I'm giving up.
Well, I think no matter what, I'm doesn't matter who we play, at what point we're at. I'm going in every single game thinking we're gonna win. We're gonna break the bricks off of somebody. I want us to, but it also, you got to sit with reality. And I mean, with everything that's gone on, injuries now on the defense, injuries now on the offense. And the one thing I will say is, because we showed all the clips and stuff like that, we let a Bonix rookie quarterback look like an absolute stud.
Yeah,
he had a rough first half, but he came through, and next thing you know, if he would have hit, if Troy Franklin would have caught that football, that's 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, plus a quarterback sneak. So he would have had 4 touchdowns. He would have counted for 4 touchdowns on that day. So as much as we have that, we have that energy to go after the offense, you better look at that defense too, because the defense is giving up way too much, and now they're banged up. So if you want to use that excuse, our offense is banged up as well. We have a lot of injuries on the offensive side, plus 2 rookies starting the offensive line.
Patrick Graham is getting a lot of a lot of sweeping under the rug, man. I think he's getting a lot of grace right now.
He is.
I think part of it is because of the injuries, man. I think if we were 100%, I don't think people would be letting him slide.
Yeah,
we're just so injured. That, and I think people, and I think a lot of people blame the offense too for kind of hanging the defense out to dry. So.
Yeah, and Larry Fleming, I appreciate you coming through. I saw you coming a little late. We just kind of went through a bunch of offensive plays and stuff and schemes, and so, if we reiterate kind of what we've been saying, I'd probably keep you on here for another 20, 30 minutes. So don't want to necessarily do that, but definitely go back and check. We broke everything down, and we went through quite a few plays to kind of point out, look, I think as a whole, I can't put this all on Getsy. That's all I'm going to say. And so definitely go back and check it out, because we're definitely reaching over the 2-hour mark. And so
my guy Gypsy Mike is, are you related to Tyson Bagent? Because bro, you've been on this Tyson Bagent. We can't get a 2nd-round pick for Devontae Adams, and he was talking about trading a 2nd-round pick for Tyson Bagent. Man, do you know him or something?
Right? We're only a Bagent away from the playoffs.
And he's been bringing up his name more than my 2 cents been bringing up dimes
at the Super Bowl. Exactly. He said a shot at the Super Bowl. Man, is Tyson Bagent a gypsy?
Bold.
Is Tyson Bagent a gypsy? Is he part of the clan? Because I'm trying to.
That's a bold statement. But
shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Good conversation today.
Hey, bro, Cole. Jerry said Cole might be our best player, man. AJ Cole.
Oh yeah,
he may be our best player, bro. Like real talk.
You can't lie. No,
that takes us back. That takes me back to the what's the name? Shane Leckler days. Yeah, Shane Leckler was a beast. He was our only beast, man.
If we've had something damn good, we know how to pick kickers.
We know how to pick
we got pickers.
Punters and kickers, man. We got that.
Oh
down.
yeah, we there.
So they get a lot of practice though. That's part of it. Like they get time to perfect their craft in game because
no, but I'm just a great quarterback. I love it. I love the confidence. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. 831 Raider, I appreciate you coming through, man. Make sure you check out the rest. We've been on here for about 2 hours, but I appreciate you pulling up.
That's a good comment, man. The answer is no. The answer is no.
Yeah, it's not.
No, because I mean, honestly, would it be Joe Philbin that would take over offensive play calling?
I would assume he's the only person. But even then, though, like what kind of offense did he run? I don't remember. Did he run his own? I don't see. That's the thing. I don't know who it would be, man. I do not want Rich Scangarello anywhere near the play call at all. He was horrible at Kentucky, so I do not want him anywhere near it. I don't think we have a guy, man, to be honest with you.
Named Scott Turner.
Man, yeah.
And I'll tell you this right now, and he's saying Joe 6 for Joe Flacco. Man,
that's
what the hell is Joe Flacco doing? He goes on the Browns and balls out, and all
bro,
of a sudden,
Dre about to get blocked. Bro, this dude said give a 3rd round pick for Mike. They just spent the number. Come on, bro. You got to get blocked, bro.
No, they ain't giving up Penix for nothing.
Bro, for a 3rd, we can't even.
Maybe 3 ones.
Exactly.
Maybe 3 ones. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and was it right away? How much worse could it be? Really, he knows the system. I'll take Bajan over what we have.
I wouldn't mind Bajan over what we have too at this point. Hey, man, he's probably younger than both of those guys. I mean, he knows the system. He beat us. That's not saying
badly.
Yeah. That's not saying
he beat us badly
because Deontay Foreman just ran wild on us. So
yeah, it's tough because honestly, it's the point that we've all been kind of saying. What's tough is you throw anybody behind this offensive line, you throw anybody with just the lack of weapons now that we have across the board a little bit, with Michael Mayer being down and now other tight ends, Shanker having to switch in and learn this offense all over again. It's just tough. Any quarterback is going to struggle to thrive in this offense as it stands right now. So, we'll see kind of how it plays out. We do have Carter Bradley. I get it. But, hey, if for some reason Aiden O'Connell comes in and just shits the bed 4 or 5 games in a row, maybe you call the young kid up and see what he's got. You never know. So, but hey guys, we've been on here for over 2 hours. We went through a bunch of film. This is what we do on Tuesday night. I appreciate everybody pulling up in the chat. We're going to try to hit you guys either, Sunday night, maybe after a game, but we try to do this every Tuesday and try to get you guys just a little bit of film breakdown. There's not a lot of people out there that do it. And, between us 3 on here, I've played in Coach's Game for quite a while. I think we have, we're not experts by any means. Yeah. We're not experts, but I think we know enough about the game to kind of talk to it. And we definitely love your guys' feedback. So I appreciate everybody in the chat rolling through and giving that feedback. I apologize if I didn't get to everybody, but I'll definitely make sure I try a little bit better next time. So again, appreciate you guys pulling up. Make sure Tuesday nights we make this happen. And we hope you guys had a good time, and we'll keep rocking with you guys. So make sure you guys, before you get out, hit that like button. You got Protect the Shield podcast. You got These Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider with Real Talk Raider Nation. Make sure you hit those like buttons. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. And we're out.
Peace.